Well, either way, whatever they're saying about him isn't true. Just throw that out there.
Okay. All right. I'm on your side. I'm on your side. I mean, innocent until proven Diddy.
Young nigga drippin'. Jersey sound. Be easy. Yeah. Sauce. Ain't got no sauce.
How you doing, Blunteers? It's your boy Dessalines.
Here with Pharaoh. I hope you guys are having a great day. We got some good shit today, man.
Hey, today's a special day. As you can see, for those that's listening, I look very sexy, so go to YouTube and watch the video, all right? Today's a special day. We have a special guest in the building, stand-up comedian, host, entertainer, one of the most talented people I've ever met in my life. You're gonna know her for the rest of your life as a goddess. The wonderful, the very lovely Edess Damis.
I would say he couldn't possibly be talking about me. Why, thank you. That was the best intro I think I've ever gotten.
Listen,
thank you so much for having me.
Listen, it is a blessing to even have you here. You know, I was telling Pharaoh and the rest of my team about you. I was like, yo,
good things, I hope.
All
yeah,
good
things.
All
good
wonderful things. And to be honest, I'm really grateful that you're here.
Oh, I couldn't be more honored to be on the podcast. Like, I'm so excited to be here with you guys. You came spiffy as hell, Jock. I didn't get the memo. I'm over here
I had to
dressed
surprise
down.
you. I had to be like, nah.
And green's my favorite color too. So go. Clap it up,
He mentioned that also. He mentioned that.
You see? We got the green. We got the green fire for you.
Oh,
listen,
look at that.
come on now. Come on.
Jock, you outdoing yourself. Let me tell you, you outdoing yourself, especially down to the socks.
Thank you. I'll take that. I enjoy that. Anyway, we got a whole bunch of topics we want to get your thoughts on today, man. So hopefully we get through all of them.
I'm here. I'm excited for it.
Hopefully we have fun. Hopefully the Blunteers, we hear the blunt of reality. We're going to get better. We bring you more content. Pharaoh, the God.
Yes, sir. Yo, so you guys, we've experienced a few, amazing things, I would say, right? We had the solar eclipse, and also we had a few earthquakes in Elizabeth, man. How do you feel about that?
Yo,
where
were you at when that earthquake
First
happened?
off, the first earthquake, I was at work, and it's crazy that we're even saying earthquake, right? Like,
yeah.
The first earthquake, we're in fucking Jersey.
Right.
But the first earthquake, I was at work, and I'm on the bottom floor, basement floor, and I'm sitting there quiet as hell listening to music. Next thing you know, my table's like, and I didn't even want to look over to my coworker because I was like, this ain't real. This is probably my body spazzing or something. And I look over, she was like, did you feel that? And I was like, okay, maybe it wasn't just me. Everybody in the halls, and I deal with a lot of older people, but everybody in the halls was like, oh my God, did you feel that earthquake? What was that? So that was the first time. That was crazy. Where were you guys?
Well, I was on the phone, and it was funny because as I'm on the phone, I'm talking to one of my guys, and then I'm like, this is an earthquake. Normally, like during an earthquake, like you run out of a building, you run out your house. I literally sat there and I'm like, yeah, this is an earthquake, and I just laid on the bed and I was like, imagine if it was a real maybe like a 7.8.
Oh my God,
it'd be over for
wild.
me. It'd be over
That'd
for me.
be wild.
And it lasted like what, 5
seconds,
maybe?
Yeah. To be honest, I was sleeping.
I remember you said that. Yeah. You told me.
I'm in my, me, I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I'll be in sleep, I'm just shaking and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking that's me just shaking, and I'm sleeping. I'm like, what the hell? Oh, nah, that's because of my dream or whatever. Then I
Oh, but
called
you
somebody.
felt it.
I felt it, but when somebody called me, they were like, yo, did you feel that earthquake? I was like, stop it. That was in my dreams. They're like, nah, it actually happened. Like that.
Wow.
It was that. I was like, oh, that's sick. And then to have the solar eclipse happen a few right there, it's, I don't know, end of the world type vibes. But hey, let's keep it light.
You believing in that end of the world type shit?
Do I believe in it? I think that it's definitely, the more you know, the more you research, the more rabbit holes you go into, it gets a little dark, Sometimes too much knowledge is too much. You get what I'm saying? You can't, but according to some religions, they know it's coming. That's why people do go to church. Right? That's why people do go to, you know what I'm saying?
I definitely feel like there's end of America type vibes. Like America is gonna come to an end, guys.
That's a
and
fact.
I don't even want to
That's a
sound like
fact. That's a
I
fact.
don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but America is gonna come to an end.
This is the place where all
is the very
conspiracies are welcome. So
Yep.
we're just gonna let you know that right
like
now.
especially after seeing that movie that Barack had put out. What is it? After the war or something?
I forgot what it was called. You know that
it's called.
What was it? I can't remember.
We're terrible journalists, but either way,
It was on Netflix. I know what you're talking about.
yes. Either way, like just the little
Leave the
key
World Behind?
stuff.
Leave the world behind.
Okay,
you
there you
go.
go. We even did
Little
an
key
episode on that
stuff
too.
in little
Yeah.
Leave the world behind. It's like, yo, that shit would really someone can hijack all these smart cars and kill everybody. Like
100%.
and then when we run out of money.
Oh, yeah.
It's over.
You know what was interesting though? Not to get all gloomy, but there was this social media chick who kind of like she killed her entire family because she thought it was like some end of the world type thing. I actually heard recently, and it was crazy because she stabbed her husband and she took the kids and she just like kind of like threw them out of a car and she crashed herself. She ran her car into a tree, which ultimately killed herself. And she was just talking about a whole different types of like spiritual warfare and things of that nature. Yeah, she took it completely different, man. It took a left turn with her. Her name is I think it's like Ayoka on Twitter or something like that. But that was like the strangest thing I ever heard as far as like the solar eclipse and stuff like that. It's kind of weird, man.
Friends and therapy.
Yeah, that's a big deal. Like people really snap. You feel me? People really just go crazy and do things, and it comes out of nowhere sometimes. You know, you want to say it's because of what's going on in the world, but sometimes it's really just they need somebody to talk to.
They do, because stuff piles up in life, and you sit there going through it day by day just by yourself. Now you're talking in your head, you're talking yourself into things, you're talking yourself out of things, and it's like, ma'am, just talk to sir, ma'am, just talk to somebody about it. Like,
who do you think Diddy talks to?
My question is, where is Diddy? Somebody tell me.
Right now, he's somewhere in Cuba sipping on margaritas and.
So no one still has found this man.
He's been around. He's somewhere. The thing is, he's an open book. Apparently, you know what I'm saying. He was somewhere.
Not
it's
as
not
open
like
when Cassie had that lawsuit. He said
Right.
settlement.
Facts. He settled out of
Settlement,
court.
shut up.
Wick, bruh. So I got a question for y'all. Who, like, if y'all have a favorite celebrity, who is it, and would you be mad if Diddy had some ish against said celebrity in the cut, something recorded, or make you question your favorite celebrity?
I'm actually I'm thinking right now.
Mine. I just want to
Who
see
is
where.
it? Nah, go ahead, please.
So
Who is
it's
it?
crazy because he's already in there. So I don't know if you guys know, but I'm a die-hard Usher fan.
Oh, my God.
Die-hard
Damn.
Usher fan. I remember in high school they said Usher and Jock looked alike. Well, Jock looked like Usher, and I was like, please don't do that.
Yo,
Don't do that.
it's funny because now that you're mentioning Usher, right? In fourth grade, I had this little, like a singing contest and shit. I actually sang "Let It Burn." So Usher, I'm not gonna lie, back in the day, Usher was one of my like R&B type.
Usher is OG.
Feel me? Like, so I
He's
understand,
still
man.
it. But the fact that they're saying
Thumbs
stuff.
up. I'm sorry. My bad. That was too much. All right.
The fact that they're saying that there is something going on with like Diddy and Usher. Diddy did something to Usher. That's what made Usher do something to
Yeah,
Justin
they used
Bieber.
to fight
like,
over the cereal and the
what?
bowl, like
You said, wait, what?
They used to fight over cereal.
Diddy and Usher? They make mad
You never
money.
seen
What they
that clip where it was Kevin Hart, Usher, Diddy? He was like, yeah, when he was like 13, we used to,
Fight over the cereal
find a
bowl.
cereal bowl and stuff. He was
Oh,
like,
I think I
pause.
see that. I see that. I see that.
Yeah,
I see
gotta check
that.
that
So
video.
basically, when Usher was like, I think 13, 14.
Like he was like 13.
Diddy was working with Diddy. Yeah, like when he was a kid. And Usher basically was saying, I think in an interview somewhere, he was like, yo, I got mad at him one day. I'm like, yo, look, I'm trying to work, bro. Like, I'm trying to like record songs, but you know, Diddy probably was doing a whole bunch of BS, partying or working with other artists. Yeah, man.
Well, either way, whatever they're saying about him isn't true. Just throw that out
Okay.
there.
All
Like,
right.
it can't
I'm on
be
your
true.
side. I'm on your side. I mean, innocent until proven Diddy.
Yo, it's funny because they're calling him the Jeffrey Epstein of the music industry. Yo, how do you guys feel about that, yo?
What are they doing with him?
With Jeffrey Epstein
Yeah.
or Diddy?
Well, Diddy, they haven't even found him
Well,
yet,
Jeffrey
but-
Epstein apparently he committed suicide in jail.
Yeah, but nobody's unveiling his truths. Like, he died and all that died along with him.
Yes.
Like,
That's
but
how it
now
works.
they're going to persecute just like they... Although I still find him guilty. But
Yeah.
just like they did R. Kelly and Bill Cosby, they're going to persecute
Publicly.
Diddy.
Embarrass
Yes.
him.
And back all his truths are going to come out before that man ever thought about,
Yeah.
God forbid,
Yeah, yeah.
suicide. But, like, it's
But-
crazy not to make it a race thing.
But here's what it is. I think this is what we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
So P. Diddy, his case is entertainment, right? Hollywood parties, probably filming politicians, other artists, right? Jeffrey Epstein connected on a more higher level, CIA operatives. You gotta understand, it's that serious. And you gotta think, who controls Hollywood? Who's behind all these things that are going on? It's not just one specific person, no. It's the government that controls Hollywood. So they wouldn't want somebody come out with a movie about Jeffrey Epstein, which they did, by the way. Talking about islands where they take these kidnapped children to, et cetera, all of that extra shit. But specifically with Jeffrey Epstein, they are not gonna make that public, man. But the P. Diddy, especially because he's a star, working with all these artists, they're gonna publicly crucify him.
And that's crazy because human sex trafficking is a serious
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
And it's like...
Yeah, it's way more serious than take that. I could say that.
You know what's interesting though? I just learned. I was watching this one video, and I can't remember this guy's name. He interviews a lot of rappers, and they
He's
pretty
white.
much snitch on themselves
Yeah.
on his show. Do you remember his name?
It's not.
I'm pretty sure he's Jewish.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about, but I don't want to promote his name or say it right now.
All right, so he basically explained that sex trafficking, if you fly somebody out and your main purpose is to have sex with them, that's considered sex trafficking. Did you guys know that? That's wild, right? And everybody on the set just ran out because they've done it before. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like if you fly somebody out, I've heard a lot of rappers talk about this as well. If you fly somebody else out and their main purpose is to have sex with them, that's considered sex trafficking. That's crazy. I'm glad, I know this now before we get money and shit like that.
I was going to say, because you out here flying women out?
I've never done it, but I'm saying, like, I'm glad that I know that it's considered. I gotta know.
Like, well, let me cancel this flight I
Feel
had for
me?
Shorty
Exactly,
next week.
exactly. What ifs? You know what I mean? That's the last thing I want, sex trafficking. No way,
They're gonna be
Jose.
like, the amazing Pharaoh got caught.
See him on the news like, what you mean?
Everybody's doing it. Usher did it. Diddy.
Nah, Usher, whoa.
No, you want to hear something? Kaepernick did it.
Did he?
What you said? What?
Kaepernick.
Oh, okay.
The nigga who kneeled.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
So he did that with a shorty. I forgot who it was. It's one of these Instagram or people who are famous online.
Well, he did what? Just flew her out?
Yeah, he flew her out. Know what I
And
mean?
did the-
But he didn't fight her back though.
Yeah, dog.
I'm just saying he didn't do it. He didn't want to. Know what I mean? You know what's crazy? So recently there was a documentary about Nickelodeon. You know what I'm saying? The Quiet on Set. Before we get into the details of that, Edess, we have history of championships. Of championships worthy, state championship worthy. Please explain for my brother Pharaoh exactly what we were doing because you'll do it better than me. During that time, I was a terrible kid. High school. Terrible kid. Bad kid.
You didn't have to tell me. I tried you know what's crazy? Okay, so yes, we have history. You made it sound a little
I'm
creepy.
sorry.
I wanted to try to find a way I could like, yo, no Diddy in it, but I didn't catch that.
But no, so we went to high school together in Elizabeth, and we went to Hamilton, and I've been in it's a public speaking and debate team called forensics. Now you're thinking like forensics, isn't that science? No, honestly, I don't know the history as to why they called it forensics, but it's a public speaking and debate team. And I was on the public speaking side, the acting part of it. And I've been there freshman year. Then I went into Hamilton, and then I forgot what it was, but Jock did something, and I was like, Jock would be great at this. Like, let me see if I could get him in. So sophomore year, I'm convincing him to go. He's like, all right, I'll check out a meeting. He goes with a friend. You remember you started off with Carlos.
I can't remember anything. Please
That's crazy.
But I would. Yeah, Carlos my boy.
Yeah, you know him and Carlos went. They came to the meetings, and they were like, okay, maybe we'll do this. I think they started, but then really didn't, and then boom, we lost him sophomore year. I think sophomore or junior year. And I was like, damn, Jock, you should really come and you should really be a part of. I let go of my other partner because it just wasn't working out, and I was like, and I need a partner senior year. Like, I'm going to nationals and I need a partner for this. I had the perfect play picked out. I was like, all you gotta do is show up for me, Jock. That's all you gotta do. So he started coming practices, and then he saw that he was good. We had our first competition. I think off our first competition, we placed. Like, and placing means like getting first, second, third. I think off our first competition, we placed, and I was like, see, we got something here, and I think that's what reeled you in. You were like, oh, maybe I am good at this. Like, maybe I can do something with this. So with every practice that we did and every tournament that we won, we just got better and better, and you were getting more interested in it, and it took us to nationals. So we won state champions. We were, and you know what's crazy?
Over that? You can't just brush over that.
You know what's crazy?
That's what I remember. Because I don't remember a lot.
Dessalines remembers. He doesn't remember anything.
I remember winning. I remember.
And then, mind you, we had to be partners, so we're partners. And what's crazy about this aspect, so we were in duo interpretation. I did humorous interpretation and duo, and he was my partner in duo. And you had to match, like, and I would be like, Jock, just give me one color that you're wearing, and I'll bring 7 shirts to match with you. Just give me one color. I think it was our first competition. He wasn't showing up, calling. You showed up last minute, bruh. Jock showed up.
What were you doing, Dessalines?
And I was asking our coach, like, just give him a minute. He said he's coming. Just please, let's just wait. We got on the bus. You showed up last minute, a shirt color that I didn't even fucking have. I was so pissed. I brought like 7 shirts with me. I didn't have the color that he had, so whatever matched the best. And it was fun because we couldn't touch each other in the, like, you know, with acting, you get to shake somebody's hand. The whole concept of duo, you're performing with this person, but still separately. So we went and did creative stuff. Like, if he had to hug me, he came behind me and he put his hands like this to hug me. We can't look at each other either. So we're acting together, but separate. So it was just a fun concept. And we took that all the way to state champions. We placed we were state champions. I placed second in humorous. And what's crazy is if you double place, you can only choose one thing to go with. So I had to make a choice of choosing to go by myself in humorous interpretation or to go with Jock in duo. And Dembski was like, you know, I don't want any pressure. Like, choose what you want to do, Edess. And I was like, you can't leave Jock. Like, we took this the whole senior year, and we took this in state champion. And it was an easy decision. But I also thought, like, what if I went by myself? Like, it was an easy decision, top tier. There was no choice.
So you guys ultimately won, right?
Yeah.
We won state champion, and we went to nationals. That was in Dallas, Texas. My first time ever flying on a plane. And mind you, the school paid for everything.
I'm sorry, my fault.
What'd you do?
Nah.
You got in a fight?
Nah, remember we was out there in Dallas. This is what I remember. And there was a random dude who popped on one of the teachers that came with us.
This is sounding oddly familiar.
Yeah, there was some dude who popped on him. And then Miss Dembski came to me like, did you fight this guy? I'm like, what? I'm like,
yes, we were in the streets. Yes. We were in the streets. It was like a festival or something. There was something going on in the
Yeah.
streets, and yes, I remember.
He was just crazy. But anyway, yeah. The reason why I wanted you to tell that story is because yes, we state championships.
Yeah, I can't
you know what I'm
believe you
saying?
remember
And it really started the trajectory and highlighting what our gifts were. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
it definitely both of us.
Yeah,
The both of
yeah,
us. I think
so-
that got you into acting.
Yeah, 100%.
So would you say that she's the result of
Say it louder.
she's the reason why you're doing what you're doing right now? Or she opened or she inspired you to
Yes.
understand your full
Forensics,
potential?
you, Miss Dembski, y'all really
She's drumming now.
Oh, Miss Drummond, sorry. Y'all really sparked that fire inside of me that gave me that confidence, especially when I'm in college, just to shoot to New York to go to these auditions, to do whatever. I remember I hit up Miss Dembski. I'm saying, yo, I might need acting classes. You know what she said to me? That made me fired up. She said, you don't need any of that.
This was after high school?
After high school, she said, you don't need any of that. Just go. You're ready. And, I just was in there. And
A round of applause for her, yo.
No,
right?
seriously.
Yo.
Like,
I
she's
give
amazing,
all
man.
kudos to her. I
amazing,
definitely
yo.
give all kudos to her. I wanted to become a drama teacher because of her. I went into school, Kane, education major. Then I was going to focus on drama. I switched out of it because I want to be on TV. But
Right.
I was definitely going to be.
And let me just highlight how one of the most, I could powerfully say this right now, the most talented person I've ever worked with, if that makes any sense. I've been on set with Holly Berry. I'm not going to lie to you.
Oh.
You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? I don't think y'all understand this. Like,
Nah,
I
listen,
don't
man.
talk about this as much. Like,
Yeah.
I do acting, and I'm on these sets. I'm seeing the way these people work, and I'm like, I understand what talent is. I knew you was in the dirt. You know what I'm saying? So, and you did take us to state championship with me being as bad of a kid as I was, but we made it there, and we don't really get to talk about it as much, and I don't bring it up as much, but it is a very fond memory,
And a huge accolade for the both of us.
Yeah, of course, a huge accolade, and hearing the choir of angels singing when we heard or we were on that stage and we learned that we got that state champion, and you looked at me like, we won. We got it. Angels singing, y'all. I was like, yo, never we did this shit, man. It's a really lovely memory. We were childhood stars.
We were
So the
hearing
reason-
our names in the
Yeah.
speakers every morning. And congratulations to Edess Damis and Jacques Point du Jour for taking first place yet again at da-da-da-da-da. And every time we had a tournament, they would say our winnings on the announcement. And everybody from different schools, Elizabeth had 7 different schools.
Yeah.
They were saying our names in all of those schools.
I didn't know that, by the way.
Oh yeah, they were saying our names in all of those schools. So when I went to a different school, they're like, "Are you the one that's winning all those champions?" I think it's like Edess and Jacques, right? And I'm like, "Yeah, that's me, Edess, Edess and Jacques." Yeah, but yeah, it was great.
Listen, sometimes I think, like in my 20s and later on, I'm like, yo, look, we were capable of being put on that television as those childhood stars. We could have been on Nickelodeon, the docuseries Quiet on Set. You had these kids on set who were talented, but for some reason, I don't know, Pharaoh, if you want to take it from here as far as letting the Blunteers know exactly what the Quiet on Set was and how it brought light to what was going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, well, with Nickelodeon, there was a lot of things going on in the background as far as childhood stars, and with Dan Schneider. And it's crazy because even with the things that's going on with Dan Schneider and Diddy, Dan Schneider isn't really being talked about at the moment, as far as, because I remember you mentioned how you didn't want to bring race into the whole matter, but but you can't help acknowledge some of these things where you notice, okay, here you have Diddy, right? Not to get too off topic, but I just wanted to point this out. Here you have Diddy. Everybody knows Diddy, but also, if not, Dan Schneider is just as famous, if not more. He's probably more monumental than Diddy himself. He's probably got way more accolades, but we don't focus it too much on Dan Schneider. We focus more on Diddy. But Dan Schneider impacted these kids in a lot of negative ways. But what I thought was interesting about this was with everything that was going on with Nickelodeon, right? The adults that were on the set, what I couldn't help but notice, a lot of them basically sacrificed the children's safety for their fame.
For the
like
dream.
I don't know if you guys really like noticed that while watching the documentary, but I've noticed that, and it was like a lot of people acted like, you know, they play the victim. But it's easy to play the victim when you know what's going on and you're just doing what you're doing for fame and money and success. Right. And I don't know, I just thought that was pretty interesting, man.
What I noticed on it also was these adults were in uncomfortable situations too.
True.
You know what I mean, they would be in the writer's room and he would tell them to do these inappropriate things in a business environment where today he would be super canceled or reported to HR about 1 million times. Edith, what did you think about this whole thing?
So I didn't fully watch it, right? But I told you guys I saw a couple of clips, and the one clip was with the young black actor who had he was Super Nose or something like that. That was his title. The superhero Super Nose. And of course they give excuse me, they give the black kid the big nose. Again, trying my hardest not to make it about race, but you could have gave any actor a superhero type. But no, you said, let me give the black kid the big nose, super nose. And then they put noses, like patches on his arms, on his shoulders, but they look like dicks. Like, if you would have put that kid out right...
I'm sorry.
It did. If you would have put that kid out right now, 2024, you would have been like, why that kid got dicks on his arms? Like, that's
true,
you would have said immediately. But back in the day, you trying to catch that dream. You're watching your child like, this is something you just gonna have to suck up. Like,
it's crazy, yo. You know what's so crazy? We grew up. These are shows that we grew up watching. Like I don't know how you guys felt about Nickelodeon, but yo, every day after school, I would love to watch Nickelodeon coming back. And it's just like now as an adult, I've got 2 children. Right. I don't know how you guys feel about this, but how do you guys feel about, or does it have a negative impact as far as how you view Hollywood now? Like, how do you feel about if you had kids, like, would you want your kids to be exposed? Or how would you move
as far as them being in Hollywood and being a childhood star, knowing this information now, me personally, you can do it. There are safe environments, you know what I'm saying? If you see your kid has talent, of course, feed into the talent, but you have to be there. You have to protect the kids. Don't really trust nobody. Be your kid's manager. Be there. Period.
And it's crazy because during the interview, they also mentioned, not the interview, the documentary, they also mentioned that your children, you could literally be present during, like, you know, like as far as like the entire set, right? You can be present as a parent, but a lot of them didn't really be present during the
Sometimes
entire
it was
set.
requested by producers and stuff like, hey, it's better if you're not here, something like that. Sometimes. Edith, what are your thoughts on this? What do you think about putting childhood or kids in, you know, if you had kids, just one day, if you had them wanting to be a star, would you put them in that environment, and would you be comfortable in doing it, knowing this information now?
To be honest, I would always want to be present no matter the age of my child. So even if it was a Gerber baby model to a 18-year-old on a high school set, I would still want to be present. I would still want them to run their lines by me so I can make sure, like, all right, they don't have you on camera saying anything crazy, putting you in a racial profiling kind of aspect. But I did want to ask you, when you said was that coming from experience? Now that you're in the industry and you're acting with everyone, do you feel like you've ever experienced anything a little sus on set?
Are we live? It's like, nah. Nah, so I'm grateful that the people I've run into, to be honest, who I've worked with, I've never had to go through that. You know what I'm saying?
Lying.
Ooh, commentary from the Peanut Gallery says you're lying.
Anyway, like I was saying,
My client will not disclose of that information.
We gonna come back 15 years from now. Josh's gonna have his own docu-series.
I'm gonna be
time
like,
to
What
about-
really went down
about
with
what
Jean
happened
Claude
with me.
Jour.
I'm finally ready to speak.
It was a tragic time.
Nah,
It's okay, Jacques. This is a comfortable environment. You can open up here.
nah, not even. To the extent that these people were talking, I've never had to. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I've been blessed. I've met some really cool people on set.
Okay.
That's brought me to certain places, get to other projects. Hey, let's do this over here. Listen, I've met some really wonderful people on set. So when I hear these stories, I'm like, damn. But then again, I was more in the New York scene than the Hollywood scene, if that makes any sense. So with my experience, I've met some wonderful people. I've had some good opportunities. It was hard at the end of the day. You get taken advantage of. I could say I got taken advantage of in other ways as far as payment,
Oh, okay.
unprofessional environments. There was one time. Now I have a story, juicy story. Juicy story. I'll give this story away because it never came out and it's cool. The actress actually ended up on I don't know if I should mention this.
Maybe not.
The actress ended up on a couple TV shows that's there, but there was a sex scene that I had to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it was pretty intense.
You were uncomfortable with it?
I mean, you have lights there. She was an attractive woman, but I wasn't really into it. I'm a professional. I'm like, okay. But I had to put her titties in my hand. It was really like to block the camera. I'm like, so you're gonna use your hands to block her areolas and all of that, and it was really intense. So we're doing it. I'm trying to be as professional as possible. Who made me uncomfortable on set? It was after. I hope she doesn't. Anyway, I don't care. I walk out. The scene is done. I'm like, okay, I'm making sure that my partner's comfortable. I'm like, you good? Let me know if there's anything I'm doing that you don't like, whatever. She's like, nah, it's
What a
good, it's
gentleman.
cool.
USA?
And I'm like, she good. She was good. But the person who was doing sound that day was a woman. I don't know why big girls love me so much, but she comes up to me. She's sweating. She's like, hey, that was a good scene. We did really good. And I'm like, okay, all right, thanks. I'm like, so she was probably leaking at her thighs. Crazy. Nah, but that was the only really uncomfortable. Anything else, you gotta have tough skin in this game. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna have hard days, long hours, and you need to learn how to maneuver in chaos, especially when you're on set. You have all these things going on. You have your DP right there. Sometimes there's new lines that just come out of nowhere. Here, hey, say this. So I could say that I've been blessed as far as not having to go through that stuff, that as serious as these people went through on set.
That would definitely be wild to experience. So I couldn't even put myself in the shoes of that. Like,
Same question goes to you.
Do I ever feel?
Have you ever experienced something like that? Because especially in a woman in an environment like
Yeah,
that,
it's probably tough.
it's very whatever set you go to, and sometimes it could just be at a regular day at work. To be honest.
Yeah, honestly, I have experienced certain stuff that has definitely made me uncomfortable. But honestly, I think women tend to bite their tongue a little bit too much, and that's what I've been doing. I feel like this is probably the first time I'm ever saying this, but I feel like ever since working professionally in front of the camera, I've diluted my personality just a little too much. That's like, it's now making me uncomfortable. Like, I used to be this woman who says anything that she wants, what comes to mind, saying stuff like she's leaking through the thighs. I would never say that, but I'd be there. Like, my range would be there. But now it's like I bite my tongue so many times in how I speak on certain things, because say this is a podcast, this is the environment for it. I would never want it to travel back to my biggest fans. They're my seniors in the town. Right. And my seniors are the biggest audience, and they love me. If they were to ever see a video of some of the stuff that I put on like Instagram or talk about, they would have been like, Edith, what are you talking about? And I'm just like, it's all right, Mrs. Esther. Like, this is just someone else. So I bite my tongue a lot. So all in that, going back to say, yeah, I've experienced stuff, but I don't know. I feel a little like I've experienced worse. Let's just keep it pushing.
Understood.
Yeah.
Understood, man. Nah, the whole concept, the whole experience, it's extremely shocking. The Quiet on Set.
Yeah.
It's extremely shocking, man. I don't know what else there is to say about that. They still have more episodes coming out.
Oh God,
To
I gotta
be
watch
honest.
them. I definitely gotta
You know what I
watch
mean?
them. But y'all was out here watching Nickelodeon. What was your favorite show?
Ooh.
Wait, as far as like, because there was a lot of shows, right?
There was a lot.
I actually looked it up earlier.
They said
One of my, I like the Amanda Bynes, bro.
I was just about to
be
say
honest
that.
with you, like when it came to like Nickelodeon stars, Amanda Bynes, like I don't know what
She
it
was
was
the-
about
she
her.
was-
She was
she was the top.
she was really up there for me.
Yeah.
That's why, like, even with some of the things that you ever seen, some of the Twitters, like the accounts that she made allegedly, and you know,
That shit makes me
exposing some of the
sad,
things that were going on.
Where she's at now?
Yes, apparently she did. But what was your favorite?
There was one show, Ned's Declassified.
Okay.
Did you guys
I know,
remember
I,
that
I know
one?
what you're talking about.
I don't know why, but I was a fan of that one. And also, this is very childish of me, but the Backyardigans.
Oh, wow.
That was my show
Oh my
because I
God.
raised my niece, so I had someone who was watching it. And then if you watch some of these shows, you're like, they're dropping little adult things in here, like little adult jokes because they know that the adult is watching too. So I was like, that was funny. And the characters' names of some of them, like some of them had black names, some of them had Spanish names. Like I think there was Pedro and there was not Sharkeisha, but there was
She
definitely
said Sharkeisha.
Yo,
Sharkeisha!
honestly, there was a
definitely.
whole lot of shows on Nickelodeon.
Yeah, it was.
Like you got Avatar. Like I'm not
Oh,
even
yeah,
gonna lie,
Avatar
that's the
was
top. Like Avatar. Like I'm not
Yeah,
even
Avatar's
because like
fire.
when I think of Nickelodeon, I forget that there's like other shows.
I think it's
outside.
SpongeBob. I ain't
Even
gonna lie, bro.
Rugrats, yo,
I
like
even watched
Rugrats,
SpongeBob like that.
Avatar,
Mm-hmm.
Fairly Odd Parents. Like
Yeah.
yo, these
Yeah.
are
All
top,
that? Did you
like,
guys watch all that?
that?
All
Yo,
that.
all that was like I fucked with all that.
Yeah, that's when the intro songs
Yeah.
was fire. Too.
Facts,
That's
yeah.
when the intro songs they would be like, all right, we're gonna get
Danny
TLC.
Phantom.
I'm like, what?
Yo, all that. Yo, Nickelodeon really was. The
Was
shit,
Phineas
yo.
and Ferb on Nickelodeon?
Yeah. No. That's Disney, I think.
Oh yeah,
That's
that is Disney.
That's
That
Disney.
was
A
my
lot.
show.
Can I go
Phineas
through
and
some
Ferb.
of these shows real
Yes,
quick?
yeah, go
So
ahead.
look, Doug. I'm pretty sure you guys like Doug.
Creeped me
Doug
out.
was it. Doug
As
was it.
Told by Ginger, Invader Zim.
Invader Zim was my. Well, Invader Zim was Nickelodeon.
It's I'm on here right now.
Oh,
It says
wow.
TV shows. Yeah.
Invader
Let's
Zim was
see.
fire.
I don't think I ever watched
Cat Dog,
it. Cat Dog creeped me out. As a kid, you watched the
SpongeBob.
cartoon.
Everybody loves SpongeBob. Everybody loves SpongeBob.
Edith said she didn't watch SpongeBob.
No.
Shame on you.
No,
Shame on
just-
you.
You never watched SpongeBob?
I've seen episodes, but you know how everybody knows the little
The
jokes. and-
lines, yeah.
Not me. Like
What?
Not me. It just,
I wumbo, you want. Anyway, let me stop.
I don't know. No. No. But yeah, there was a lot of
There's
shows.
a lot of shows.
From
Wow.
Nickelodeon. They did it.
Yo, we really grew up on a lot of these
Yeah,
shows, yo.
yeah.
And they got
Calvin.
Nick at Night too. So not only did
Right.
you have Nickelodeon, but you had Nick
Nick
at
at
Night,
Night.
Full House, and all that stuff. Like I
mhm.
loved
Full
it.
House.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Where's Dan Schneider at the moment right now? Do you guys know?
The same place Diddy is.
He in jail?
No.
Oh, my fault. They not locked up. I'm bugging. Oh man.
I don't know where Dan Schneider is. Probably hiding under a rock to make sure nobody's coming after him.
Edith, did you see that show on Netflix, Black Mirror?
Black Mirror. I don't think so.
Oh man. So there's this show, right? Where one of the shows, there's this lady who is somewhat of a bad person in real life. She fired someone and, you know, whatever happened. When she got home, she watches a show on Netflix. The show is called Her Name. Let's say it was Sally.
Okay.
Sally. And it looks like an actor who basically dresses like her.
Oh wow.
When she starts to watch the show with her boyfriend, it's literally step by step saying everything that actually happened in her life, but in a more dramatic manner. So she fired someone, so they made her look like a really bad guy after she fired the person and all that. And they're like, yo, what the hell? It was really weird. So he's trying to call Netflix like, why is this shit about my life? I never sold my life rights away, but technically, you know, when you sign those little copyright things, it's one of those. So recently, Facebook sold all their private messages to Netflix.
I heard about that. I definitely heard about that. You know what's crazy? Apple has all of our information.
Yes.
Apple and Google and Alexa know everything about us. So just to hear that Facebook's selling our messages, it's not really news because I'm sitting in the bathroom on my phone, on FaceTime, talking to my bestie about a new straightener. Literally 5, 10, whatever minutes later, I scroll. What do I see? Straighteners. Now they're on my feed. Now I'm getting ads. They've been listening. They've been watching. They've been reading. Keywords they're picking up on. That's why on your little Google Home, they're like, turn the mic off. Because if you keep the mic on, it's listening at all times. All you have to say is, hey, Google. And it's just, boop, boop, boop. Oh, I've been listening, bitch. What you want now? Like, that's what they're doing. But how do you guys feel about it?
They're listening to everything.
Yeah, I'm pretty much at this
They
point.
tuned in on this podcast right now.
In fact, at this point,
Before it
like,
comes
what
out.
can you do? What can you really do?
Exactly.
I mean, there's some people who are paranoid out there. They use encrypted messages. They try to encrypt their phones. And to be honest, like whatever technology, this is what I believe. Whatever technology we said this before. Whatever technology that we do see, they are at least 500 years ahead.
Yep.
So when we think that, okay, I deleted that, no one will ever know. There's somebody in a chair somewhere like, nigga, I got you. You know what I'm saying? So
It's in the archives.
you get what I'm saying? So it's there. It's definitely still there. But I don't know. What are you gonna do about something like that, man? Technology is. You know what's crazy? From high school till now, all of us, things has changed so fast, so quick. It's hard for us to keep up sometimes.
That's true.
You know, it's a bit much.
It's funny that you say that. So I never watched Sex in the City. I never watched it. It just popped up on Netflix, and it's like, oh, new episode. So I just started getting into it. Watching the first season, maybe 2 seasons or season and a half, it looks like an old show. It looks like it's in the 90s. It's filmed like it's in... And now I'm binge watching something, right? So I spent hours watching a show the way it looked now, and then out of nowhere, the quality got better, the clothes got better, the people seem different. They start putting black people in it, and I'm like, that was a quick jump. Like, you started in 90s, 2000s came, something just shifted. It was like a new... So it's crazy that you said things move so fast, because I literally saw it in the show. Like, okay, this is how we're going. This looks common. Boop. Nope, we're in a whole new generation. Let's switch it up. Let's add something different.
I'm gonna sound like a geek real quick, but I don't care. X-Men '97. I'm
so upset,
bro. Let's not, because some people ain't watching it. Let's not ruin it for anybody. Basically, I don't know if you ever used to watch X-Men back in the day. Dum 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 dum. I'm sorry, but even with the cartoon, right now like they drawing everybody different. If that makes any sense. So you could see the difference from the old X-Men cartoon to the new one, and there's a lot of shows that do that. Supernatural, whatever. It really depends on how many seasons, but when they do it so quick, I mean, technology changes, cameras change, lighting changes, culture changes. That's why they have to put more black people in it.
No, seriously, none of them ever brought home a black man, and then all of a sudden, Samantha. I don't know if you guys watched the show ever, but Samantha
I've
came.
seen clips, but not.
It's a good show, but all of a sudden, Samantha's the one who's known for always like being with a lot of men, and all of those men were always white. Out of nowhere, they put that she was attracted to a black man, and I was like, let's see how this storyline goes. And of course, he was like a producer. They took him to a club. Every bar club they've been in was always white, and hairstyles like this. And then out of nowhere, Samantha's dating this one black guy, and now they're in the hood. They listening to hood music. They're listening to hip hop, and oh, your ass is this, and I'm like, this is crazy. Like,
it's more socially acceptable to date black people. I guess black guys now, right?
Yeah.
Oh, everybody, bruh. Everybody's gonna be mixed in like 50
Yo,
years.
you guys want to hear something? I have a crazy conspiracy about
here
this,
for it.
right? Have you guys ever looked at the birth-death ratio of like different people in this country, like different backgrounds of people.
By like ethnicities, like
Yeah, by race.
Mm-hmm,
So like if you look at like black people, Hispanics, and white people, mind you, this may not be true, but this is what I believe. If you look at the birth, what they call it, fertility mortality rate, right? If you pay attention, you can go on Google right now as I'm speaking. You guys, if you want, you guys can go look it up. White people in this country are below a 1. I think they're at like a 0.8 right now, which means that they're dying faster than they're being born. So my conspiracy is, right, that I believe wholeheartedly is that they're making it more socially acceptable to date outside of your race to strengthen the genes up, and then like 30, 40, maybe 50 years from now, the whole narrative is going to change. It's not going to be mixed race anymore. It's going to be white, black. You get what I'm saying? Basically to strengthen the gene up, get everybody accustomed to dating outside of your race. And you know, people with money, the people who have the money or who are the ones that are in power right now, they control what we see, right? So they're going to make us see, you know, mixed races are more acceptable, right? So then, you know, as they get their genes stronger, they come back to the white race. How do you guys feel about that?
I think,
or am I like on some cuckoo crazy type?
I think you lost me with the last part. As they get their genes stronger,
So mixing with other races, right, such as black people or even Hispanic people, right, because genetically, black people have the dominant genes.
Yes.
So when you mix with a black person and you go back to a white person, you just strengthen that lineage up. You just strengthen the lineage of, just say, a white person, right? Now, their genes are stronger and they could live longer, and their motility rate, their fertility rate is higher. You get what I'm saying? Does that make sense, or am I reaching right now?
So what you're saying right now, they've done studies on it already, and it's already in process. So the conspiracy is not even a conspiracy. It's just something that is happening. They are promoting mixed race couples, which is fine. You gotta love whoever you love. That's fine. But we're in America. We're in 2024. Everybody's you're gonna be with whoever you want to be with.
I saw that when you search for AI generated Caucasian people, they're not even like palm colored anymore. They're like not brown, but you can't find.
They got a little tint.
Yeah, you can't find a pale woman displayed as Caucasian. Now they have a couple shades to them. Like Kim Kardashian is painted as the Caucasian woman, and Kim Kardashian gets tans every other day, every day. Who knows?
Fake tans too.
Yeah. I mean, it gets a little. You could get real specific as far as how it's gonna be in the future, but it's happening naturally. Like you're gonna like who you like. You're gonna impregnate who you impregnate. Now, if you were like, because I know the studies you were looking up, right?
Yeah.
If you're looking at the fertility rate of every ethnicity, when you have a black man or a black woman who has a baby with the opposite, or not the opposite race, but with a Caucasian person or someone as pale, and those kids have kids and move forward, yeah, the black is going to be dominant, and you know those genes are you know, even in Africa, they're more fertile than any other continent, to be honest. And it might be because of the weather. So what's really going on with everyone's final thoughts with everything that we talked about today? And Edess, is there anything else you want to even talk about?
I definitely thought y'all took me to church. Y'all took me to the politician room, the Oval Office. Y'all took me everywhere. But I really like enjoying sitting down, like getting to hear the outside opinion. Because it's always crazy. I'm surrounding myself with like girls all the time, right? Yeah. So I always hear their concept of things and how they think about things. And they're married. They're all married. They're married. Some are older. And so I think this was refreshing, sitting down, getting to talk to you guys, and I really like that. But as I talk about that, I kind of want to play a game with you guys because I've been doing this with my friends, and we're trying to see how people's mindsets are. I saw a video on Instagram. If I say a word, we'll just pick a random word. And then now the next word that needs to be said. Pharaoh, do you already know this?
Nah, but I just feel like I want to say something crazy.
Okay, the next word needs to be said. You have to think of a word that's all of us are going to agree on. So, for example, if I said school, what relates to school, and you think, okay, this is what everyone's thinking about. And when I say on the count of 3, we all say the word. And we're now trying to see where each other's mindsets are at. Do you get where I'm going?
Let's do it. I'm ready.
Okay, so
I'm excited.
I'm going to need you. You could probably have a better advantage because you guys are always around each other, but think open-minded when we say stuff.
So you're going to start it off with the word.
I was going to say, does anyone have a word before I pick one? Do you guys want to throw out a word so it's not biased? Okay, throw out a word and we'll start with it.
Van.
Van?
Van?
Okay. Just to be clarifying, like a school van? Okay, van. Are you guys thinking? You have a word?
Yes.
Do you have a word, Pharaoh? Okay, I'm going to count. 1, 2, 3. Kidnapping.
Listen.
What made you say kidnapping?
As soon as I hear van, I hear kidnapping.
No, same. I think of white van. White van,
white
kidnapping.
van, kidnapping.
What did you say,
I said
Pharaoh?
pedophile.
Okay,
same-
we're still
same
there.
thing.
We're still there. Okay, so the concept is you go from pedophile and kidnapping. Those two. What word relates?
Heavy, man.
You said what?
I said that's heavy, man.
But now you have those two words, pedophile and kidnapping, and now what word relates to the both of them?
Oh my gosh.
Okay?
Disney. I'm
No,
sorry.
you wait.
I gotta wait. I gotta wait. I'm sorry. I'll wait.
Do you have your word?
Does it have to be like a word, or could it be like
Not a whole sentence, not a whole
has to be a
phrase,
word.
just
It has
one
to be a
word.
word.
Okay, what about, is it like, can it be a person, place, or thing?
Yeah,
Okay.
but just still like
Okay,
if
cool.
it's a name, obviously first last name
Okay.
or one word. Okay. Pedophile and kidnapping. All right.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Epstein.
Schneider.
I was gonna say Dan Schneider, but I was like,
Who did you say?
Epstein.
You said Epstein.
I should have said Diddy. Then we would have all been on the same boat.
See?
I was thinking Diddy too. But I was like, you know what?
Damn.
Just talk
You
about.
see how crazy our minds work when you try and put them together?
That's sickening.
Let's do another one.
All right, pick a different word.
School.
Okay.
I guess, yeah, we could do school.
Okay.
All right, let's do it.
3, 2, 1.
Weed.
Cafeteria. What did you say?
I said weed.
I heard you. What did you say, Pharaoh?
I said shooter.
Oh, shit. Get out of the dark
All
zone.
right.
He got a dark mind. That nigga said-
Let's lighten it up.
All right.
Bro
The
said
cafeteria,
shooter.
I like to
I'm
eat.
like, damn, he's right though. Oh man, what did you say?
I'm bad. Yo, this
That's
is
the
the thing.
cafeteria.
This is
Oh, you
why
said
I'm bad
cafeteria?
with these type of things, yo.
Look
Like,
at her innocent ass cafeteria.
Because he said school. I'm not trying to go dark and heavy.
that's the first thing I thought of. I can't help it.
Gosh.
Maybe I should say like marshmallows to you guys.
Yeah.
Right, nah.
He gonna be like drugs.
Cocaine. 3, you got your word?
Yeah.
Oh.
Podcast.
Podcast.
word is
was the word.
podcast.
Okay.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
Success.
Excellence. Yo, I'm loving it. What did
what'd
you
you
say
say?
though?
I said Edess because she's here.
Oh, that was sweet. But no, success, excellence, because that's what I think about this podcast.
See,
You
that's
guys
that's
are killing
different.
it.
We're talking about things that are like, you know.
You see?
It's still talent. It's still me.
Yeah.
Okay, so from success and excellence,
Mhm.
let's think of a word.
Oh, success is. Oh, I like that.
3, 2, 1. Black.
Me.
Did he say meat? You said meat?
Yes.
And you said us. Y'all are there, though.
Yeah,
Y'all
he
are
right
there.
Yeah, he's like me. I'm like us. He's like,
Jock is just being conceited. Sit up. and
you
say,
know what's so funny? I had someone
being
say
funny,
that
though,
I
I ain't
have
gonna
I had someone say the other day I was playing because I play Call of Duty
Mm-hmm.
and I have like my own clan and I had actually two of my clan members, they were like, you have main character syndrome. I swear to God. I looked it up the next day. I was like, damn. Sometimes I feel like
think a lot
I
of
do. Sometimes I do have main character, but
I mean, everybody does, right? You have
Especially
to.
extroverts. I'd say I have main character syndrome a lot. I don't blame it on me. I blame it on my surroundings, though.
no, because they enable you, right?
Yes,
I swear
they
to
make
God,
me
I'm like,
be
yo,
that main character.
you guys, like, I can't help it. Like,
sometimes I feel like I'm sitting down putting on a show for people. Like, come on now, I know
Yo,
you guys got
seriously,
interesting
yo.
lives. Let's speak,
Word,
and I'm
they
there like
popcorn and shit, looking at you like.
continue, please.
right. I'm like, shit, I'll entertain.
Exactly. Like, I got
fuck
shit
it.
to say.
That's a fact.
No, but yeah, that was dope.
So we all have main character syndrome.
Yeah, most
Okay.
definitely.
I think it's a little bit healthy to have main character syndrome, especially if you view yourself in a high space, right? So I don't know. I feel like it's conducive to have that type of
You must.
thought
Agreed.
pattern.
You must.
You
have
gotta
to.
Just
be
a
your
little
biggest
bit.
fan.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Gotta be your biggest fan.
You must. For health reasons, you know what I'm saying? Psychological reasons. You know, you have to take care of yourself first in order to perform well for the people you love around you.
You know
what? I'm
what?
saying?
Main character syndrome. That's it.
That's it. You feel me?
Hashtag
That's
main
it.
character.
Facts.
That's it.
Yeah, I'm about to
Hashtag-
write that shit.
Yo,
Yo,
go ahead.
Hashtag
That's what
main
it
character
is.
syndrome. Fuck that.
For real. Know what I mean?
No, but that was dope. Y'all are mad
That was a
cool.
fun game, though.
Yes.
Can we do it one more time?
Okay.
You think of a word.
Yeah, you pick
And it's crazy because I didn't think I was gonna like this game, but I was like, you know
Well,
what?
I'm glad I brought it to you.
Yeah,
man.
it's fun. It's fun.
Nothing sexual.
Hey, whoa! Come on! Where did I?
I knew that's where you were going.
How?
Okay, go ahead. Say your word.
No Diddy.
Go
That's
ahead.
not where I was going. All right. How about this? Liquor.
Okay,
Liquor.
come on, let's go.
All right.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Stop.
Hangover.
What the fuck?
Nobody else was thinking that? Nobody? What you
No,
say?
Hangover.
Oh,
Hangover?
see, that's a good one. Yeah, I said tequila.
I thought you guys were gonna name him.
You know I'll be.
All right, that was
We
fun.
was
that
there
was
in the
fun.
beginning. We had it. We
That was
had
fun.
it. We
That
had
was,
it.
that was fun. That was fun. I like that. Before I close this out, Edess, like I said from the beginning, it's wonderful to have you here. We want you here again, most definitely. You're very lovely, and I'm sure the Blunt Tears is going to want you back 100%.
I love that. Blunt tears.
Yes. Please give your last thoughts, your socials. Let them know where they can find you, all of that stuff. Plug it in, please.
Yeah, definitely. Well, first off, thank you so much for having me, guys. This
It
was
was a
so
pleasure. It was a
fun.
pleasure.
Yes, this was so fun getting to know you guys a little bit. Figuring out the blunt of reality. I think that's pretty cool. Again, I'm Edess, your girl E. Social media, you can find me at Ayo Edess. To toot my little horn a little bit, over 14,000 followers on Instagram, so go ahead and follow me. I make weird but funny little videos. Also, you can find me in Union. I'm the face of Union, so I'll be doing their events. I'll be on the Channel 34 with 3 of my different shows. If you like to eat, I got a food show out there too. Yeah, just check me out. If you see me out on the street, say hello. I love getting new people, and this was really fun. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Thank you so much for blessing our podcast with your presence. Pharaoh, you got any last thoughts? Anything you want to let them know?
Nah, besides the fact that, today was pretty interesting. I love to hear your point of view. And I don't know, I want to do this again. That's pretty much it.
What about you, Jock? You got last thoughts? Anything you want to say?
I do have last thoughts. My last thoughts is actually a video I wanted you to see, and I wanted your thoughts on it. It's a quick little clip of Neil deGrasse Tyson.
You know how precious life is. There's been about 100 billion people who have ever lived.
Wow, really?
Yes. Do you know how many people can exist? You take a look at the genes, find out how many combinations of genes can make an authentic human being. And it is stupendously larger number than the 100 billion. What it means is you are alive against stupendous odds. You are breathing air, observing sunsets, gazing into the night sky. Most people who could exist will never experience that.
Wow.
Most people who could exist will never even be born. And you're going to complain about the life you have?
It's the gift. Most people that could exist mathematically
Will never exist.
Wow.
You are as special a living entity as there ever was.
Amen.
That's pretty dope.
That was
That's pretty dope.
I wanted to end it on a lighter note, man. You know what I'm saying? That's really my last thoughts. It's a blessing to still be here. It's a blessing to still be alive. It's a blessing to have everyone who is here, everyone in my life, you know. People need to understand how special they really are. Like every one of us is special, but sometimes you need that reality check, you know. But you know, you had your last thoughts already.
Believe in yourself. That's pretty much that's pretty much what I could say, man.
Okay.
You are special. Believe in yourself.
Yeah.
Exactly what he said. It's crazy that you look at it in that aspect. Like, we always know the one sperm fights to get into the... But now that you really think about it, like, hey, yo, there's so many other people that coulda, woulda, shoulda, but you're the one who's here. You're the one showing up. So show up for yourself. Show up for the people that you love. Enjoy life. Like, it's literally YOLO. Remember
Word,
YOLO?
yo, that's a fact.
But it's
That's a
literally
fact.
YOLO.
That's a fact. On that note, man, on that positive note, I'm going to take us out, man. Bluntiers, thank you. We're going to bring you more stuff. We lit. We in the Courageous Cat Studio Lounge. It's the Blunt of Reality. I got the goddess Edess Damis in here. Come on, man. You feel me? Thank you to everybody who supports us. Shout out to my cousin Max in the building, hooking me up. Shout out to Extra, the producer. Come on, son. We lit. Yo, matter of fact, we gonna play that motherfucking best Tarantino sauce right now, son. Yo, real talk.
It's you versus you.
It's
That's it.
you
It's you versus you.
versus you.
I love that. The Blunt of Reality.
It's all sauce. When you come here, it's sauce.
It's gravy, baby.
It's talent. Hey, wait. We gonna catch y'all next time.
Peace out, guys.
Like, subscribe, comment. It's the Blunt of Reality.
Drop that bar, y'all. Go ahead.
Hey. Oh, wait, you want me to freestyle real quick?
Go ahead. I love
Hey,
this.
you want me to freestyle?
Yes.
Huh? Wait. Be easy, be easy. We saucy, we saucy. Wait. Yeah. Edess in the building. You ain't gonna tell me nothing. Oh, what happened?
Young nigga drippin'. Jersey sound. Be easy.